that you are ready to take on a corrupt campaign finance system, that you're prepared to take on a rigged economy in which almost all new income and wealth goes to the top 1%, that you are prepared to reform a broken criminal justice system, which shamefully has resulted in us having more people in jail than any other country on earth, that you understand that in the year 2016, we need to make public colleges and universities tuition free, that you understand that it is not acceptable that in the United States, in this region, and in many parts of America, we're looking at unhealthy drinking water, which is why, among other things, we have got to put an end to fracking. You understand that there's something wrong when the United States of America is the only major country on earth not to guarantee health care to all people, which is why we have got to pass a Medicare for all single-payer system. You all understand that climate change is real and that we have a moral responsibility to leave this planet in a way that is healthy and habitable for our kids and our grandchildren. You understand that in the richest country in the history of the world, we should not be spending trillions of dollars in a war in Iraq that we never should have gotten into, while at the same time we have turned our backs on inner cities all over this country, including Albany, New York. It is not acceptable to me, nor to you, that kids in inner cities throughout this country are getting an inadequate education, that people are paying 50, 60% of their limited incomes in housing, that access to health care is not what it should be, and that we're looking at too much police violence. We have got a lot of work in front of us. It's not going to be easy. But what I have always believed is that real change never takes place from the top on down. It is always from the bottom on up. That is the history of the trade union movement in this country. It is the history of the civil rights movement in this country. It is the history of the women's movement in this country. It is the history of the gay movement in this country. And I'll tell you what happens when people stand up and fight back, which gives me so much optimism about our future. Just 5-6 years ago, if anybody here had said that in New York State or California or other parts of this country, governors would be signing $15 an hour minimum wage laws, you would not have believed that. But what happened is that people in the fast food industry stood up and fought back, and they are succeeding. And here in New York State, people said, no, we do not want chemicals in our water. We're going to ban fracking. And that is how change always comes about. It's when millions of people stand up and fight back. And that is essentially what this campaign is about. We can end the grotesque level of income and wealth inequality. We can end a disappearing middle class. We can end the fact that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. We can end the fact that millions of our young people are leaving school deeply in debt. We can end the fact that we are the only major country on earth not to provide paid family and medical leave. We can do all of that. We are not a poor country. We are the richest country in the history of the world. Problem is, almost all new income and wealth is going to the top 1%. So if we stand together, if we do not allow the Donald Trumps of the world to divide us up, if we stand together, we keep our eyes on the prize, there is nothing that this great country cannot accomplish. Now, you all know that there is going to be a very important Democratic primary a week from tomorrow. What I've learned in this campaign so far is that when the turnout is high, we win. When the turnout is low, we lose. Let us have the highest turnout in New York State history. Thank you all.